Hello and good afternoon. How is everybody this fine Friday afternoon? That music is a lot louder than I expected. Yes, might we have a dull roar perhaps? I always have to adjust that audio. Anyways, how is everybody today? I hope you guys are having a good day. It's finally Friday. Why? Okay, that helps. Anyways, yeah, so it's Friday. We are here. We are ready for Lego building. This is the one we're building today. This is I believe this is the ship one. They call it the Starship class, but this is clearly not a starship. This is clearly a walker. I think this might be Spanish, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure. What can I say? I barely speak my own language sometimes. So, we also got, for later on, the Challenger. I almost said Charger. Sorry. But yeah, I got interested in these, but I hadn't been collecting them. I built that one a few weeks ago, but I decided to get this one in December and just haven't built it yet. But yeah, we're gonna get to that today. We have our example, like always. This is the gift with purchase, Death Star version 2. For the 40th anniversary. Now with more light, so you can see even more details. It's like halfway done. I mean, halfway built when they decided to attack. Very awesome. Very cool. Obviously, they made sure to complete the weapon before they completed anything else. Anyways. I think it's about time we get started. Don't you say? I'm excited. I love to build me some Legos. I hope you guys enjoy watching. I'd probably still build them anyways, even if you guys didn't, but... just something I enjoy doing. And I like sharing it with you guys, so... Oh yeah, I forgot that picture too. Straight on. I don't know if there's one in this or not, but I didn't bring my own pry tool. Okay, bacon one. Brought to you by Disney. In part. Okay, so there are 4 bags. I'm gonna guess the other one's probably gonna be like 2. I think it's small. Let me double check something before we get started. Make sure I muted something. It's a bit early to mention it, but we are going to be doing a hand cam stream next week. But I have to get on early, and I can't stream for long, so we got our V cards, the new set. And I figured, hey, maybe just build those. So that'll be next week. Next Friday. I'll start at 11. I mean, no, at 10. 12. Shit. I can speak, I assure you. I have my list of ones that I want to get, but I'm going to keep it a secret so I don't jinx myself and not get them. But anyways, on to Lego news. I am really excited upon information that I heard this morning. This will be our one for extra stuff. I heard earlier they are having a Lego Jeep Wrangler in the icon size. So I am extremely excited. Not sure I'm excited about the almost, I want to say it's like almost 200 price tag. Let me double check that. I don't want to quote bad information. Yeah. $199. It's awesome. I'm excited for it, but man, that's kind of expensive. How about I move the camera a little further back? Okay, you guys can see the tablecloth. So no, we will not be moving back. Not today. It will be ironically what I've set up these two lights for, so perfect timing. I'm gonna start reading off all the little pieces of paper in here, so. Triple down, Hoth memory lane. As the Star Wars galaxy continues to expand, we get a sense of awe whenever new locations, vehicles, or starships appear in the movies or theater. Yet, some moments from the original trilogy remain so iconic. We could recreate every frame and line, even if you woke us up at 2 a.m. One such unforgettable scene was the Empire's relentless assault on Echo Base. The super detailed, desktop-friendly model of an AT-AT Walker from Empire Strikes Back is built with authentic precision to capture the towering menace during the Battle of Hoth. From what I was reading about these don't turn, by the way. I was curious about it one day and read about it. Yeah, so the battle strategy is you just put it on the ground. It just walks in a straight line until it enters the base. It doesn't turn. Kind of seems like weird design if you ask me, but okay. Over 20 meters, 65 feet tall. AT-AT Walker is Empire's most fearsome ground assault vehicle, airdropped into the battle and guided on the ground by terrain sensors in the feet and cockpit. So I guess it could turn. This armored giant main purpose is to crush everything in its path. The head serves as command center where General Veers rains down fire from heavy laser cannons during the Battle of Hoth. Luke Skywalker orders his squadron to use tow cables to trip the walker. Effective but costly tactic. Although most rebels escape, Veers ultimately destroys the vital power grid generator and the attack clears the way for the Imperial forces to enter the base. Later, AT-AT walkers were used to transport on Endor, home of the Death Star's shields. Intriguing. That was with a bunch of other stuff. Manufacturers and insides. Pretty cool. Pry tool. And we get started. Also, for whatever reason, I woke up with a headache. I'm not going to let it interfere with my Lego build, because I enjoy building Legos, but it is interesting. I wonder if there's a change in humidity. I'm going to assume these are legs. Or hips. Yeah, I guess they just designed these to be as menacing looking as possible, and then just walk their way into enemy forces. Interesting strategy. Although I guess that was the premise behind tanks in general. And when tanks were first invented, they were in World War I to just drive over foxholes and barbed wire and shit. Barbed wire, by the way, changed the world. Interesting for something that you really don't even think about. Okay, random thought though. So, on a person, you have the hips, which are where your legs are attached to. What do you call do dogs have two hips or hips and shoulders? I probably already know the answer to this, but food for thought, I suppose. I guess it's, I mean, where would a dog wear his pants if he wore them? The paint's wearing down. Also, there's a jet over my house now. Wait for the jet to pass, and then I'll start talking again. Okay, I think he's far enough. By the way, this is a bit of a taste of some things to come. I have some rather big sets to build in upcoming weeks. And a couple small. I'll say that I'll have 5 sets. What can I say? I like to build things. Can't wait to build because they look like fun. Make sure I put that in the right spot. Oop. Oh. I am blind. Oh, we got a filler. Sometimes I hate doing that. I look at something as the blanket stare on my face. I know the thing I'm looking for is here. Random hair. The heck is that? Come on, focus. Come on, camera. There it is. Well, I got it to work temporarily. Okay, so I did get to thinking about this set a little bit. I mean, this line a little bit. I think one Lego set that I would like to see built in this style is the blockade runner from the first movie. That'd be kind of cool. The right size. Giant ship stomping around. General look at what we're looking at. The camera does not want to cooperate. It's being absolute cheeks. Quite a unique color of blue. Thing is bright as shit. Oh. I was almost blind. Instead of Death Star further away. I went with the Death Star as an example because it only felt right to have another Imperial ship. Would this be considered a ship? Probably consider it a ship in the same way that I consider a tank a ship. It has a lot of people on it, though. Is there a size limit to such things? Because, I mean, you got underwater ships. Or is there also known as U-boats? What about land ships? The world may never know. Or at least I probably won't. Or is that supposed to be R2-D2? Because you know how they usually have a small representation of of people in this? That one doesn't because it's too big. Well, would be too big. I remember in one of the movies, they did shoot one of these with a bazooka and it wasn't too bothered by it. So I guess these are pretty resilient. I say bazooka is more like whatever is equivalent to a bazooka in the Star Wars universe. Fancy bazooka number 5. I feel like I know where this is supposed to be. I feel like this is supposed to be the cargo area. Or I guess like troop area. where all the troops be hanging out. Okay, that's designed specifically to piss me off. Wasn't plugged in on the other side, so I went to plug it in. Just kind of pushed it out to the other side. Oh, okay. That was almost concerning. Okay, there we go. So the reason that wasn't working is because this one isn't plugged in. There's just this one kind of adapter. So it's not locked in. So it kept twisting this way when I went to plug it in. Now it does that. You know, ironically enough, I have a set upstairs that is the space. No, it's the International Space Station. It has little tiny minifigures. I use the term minifigure loosely here. They're basically just little pigs that are painted like people. Probably would be the right size for this. It'd be just right. The way that they do the instructions on these are interesting sometimes. There are some that I feel like should get a lot of space, but then you got this one. It's like, oh, put it on this side. Oh, put it on that side. It's like, I feel like you could have just did both there. What do I know? I am not an expert. Although I wonder why it has to be clear. Is this gonna... I don't know. I would typically expect it to be on the outside. I do like that they don't want too many gaps. Although I have to wonder how many times they just have pieces on there to pad it to be more of a sizable set. Could they have gotten away with less? Good question. I got you. Clever. Let me just get this set up. So these are the representations of the the snow troopers. The guys that they drop off, attack on the ground. No representation of the speeder bikes, though. Or maybe there is, and I just don't see it. Oh, I guess technically it's not 1-to-1. It's not like it's scale. Well, to scale, I guess I should say. I wonder if maybe this one's gonna have positions in two parts of the vehicle to represent the snow troopers. Okay, so that's the angle for the back. Here. Another one where I'm all like, probably could have just made that one instruction, but what do I know? I guess it's not really touching. I mean, you're usually not going to be touching that part, but I don't like that it's attached only on one side. The little stumpy guys. A bunch of vents and stuff on the top, probably. It could be antennas. All right, so we have completed the spine. Maybe. All right, so I want to say this is about the most pieces I've seen in one like extra, at least from a Lego. Next, bag number 2. I think we'll be going for the head, making the head this time. Or maybe not. I'm going to assume like the last bag or like 2 are going to be for the legs exclusively. Another one that I'm kind of hopeful for is from the original, I mean, from the first, well, the prequels was, I think it's the Federation ship, the giant one that looks like a C. I don't know why, it just seems like it's the right size. I think I know what this is going to be for. I think this is going to be acting as its neck joint that goes right here. Not going to put it on yet because I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I'm guessing. I'd have to look at it. Does this particular vehicle, does it have stairs on the side? That's what that looks like. I have an actual picture of it somewhere. I'm curious now. It has some kind of ridge along the side. Like right there. I guess maybe it's more like a vent. Of course, their little blueprint doesn't show. I'm gonna say vent. My only reason I'm gonna say vent is because I feel like if it was a actual step, like actual ladder, it makes no sense because it only goes halfway down, and the rest of it's all legs, so you ain't going down that far. I have thought about it. So, I played a few games that have walkers in it. Like vehicles that have, they just walk around and shit. I wonder how practical that would be. I feel like the easiest one to make, and the most distinct one I remember, is in Turok for the Xbox. I think it was it. Forget which one. Been a while since I played that game. Maybe I'll play that on stream someday. But is basically just a tank that they have spider legs. I wonder how practical that would be. Probably not very practical, so I figure if it was practical, they would have done it already, but... I will say that particular game is on my list to play at some point. Just not anytime soon, because I got a bunch of other games to play too. I am not a fan of that. Got that plugged in. One second. Sorry about that. Thought I heard something. Make sure you have the right one. Yeah, looks about right. Go. So this is the side panel. Yeah. Get one on all one? Yeah. Okay, so that's what we're looking at. And it kind of... Oh, I see why they did that. They did that so it kind of bends in. Perfect. As I figured, I'm going to work on the next side. Next. Oops. Proceed to drop everything. You know what I've come to realize? You have cats in your house, it's almost impossible to think that you have ghosts in your house. It's all like, you don't have a cat in your house, you hear a noise, like, what the fuck was that? You hear a noise in a house that you have a cat with, it's like, oh, cat's up to no good again, I see. And the cat knows what's up. By the way, random factoid, don't know if it's true or not, but conveniently on topic, I've heard a rumor that the Black Plague started because people were killing cats because they associated them with witches. While technically the fleas weren't, I mean, technically the rats weren't the carriers of the Black Plague. The fleas that were on them were. So by getting rid of the cats, the rats lost their fear of people and then proceeded to just make their way into towns and ate shit. The more you know. One second, I think I need to fix it. Okay, first things first, I made a mistake. Second thing, I'm going to rebuild this entire thing here. I know that's right. Originally that there. Okay. I knew something about that particular piece didn't fit right for whatever reason. So we're just gonna go back and redo it and see if I can't figure out what happened. There, that looks better. that piece was starting to come off, so I figured I'd go ahead and fix it. So yeah, that looks better. All right. Now let's try and make sure we don't do that again. That's looking better. I like this is all in just one little section. Proof positive that LEGO could streamline the process if they so choose to. They could probably say paper that way, actually. I'm always going to be somebody that likes a paper manual over a not paper manual, digital. Thank you. Word I was trying to think of. But I don't really see any reason why you can't streamline it to where you use less pages. Well, that's interesting. One second. Be gone from my chat. Don't try and sell shit here. We don't play with that shit. No, sir. We got that on. Looking like an actual thing now. Pretty cool. Okay, so now we're flipping it upside down. And we want the head going that way. I know they call, well, I'm calling it a head, but it's more like a cockpit, I guess. Could not pick that one up for some reason. Kind of like belly armor, so I guess you kind of want it to wrap around just a little, I think. Yep, I was right. It is indeed. It's supposed to be neck. I don't want to jinx myself, but I haven't seen what the loss of frame rate or like the stream stalling out looks like on this. So narrowed in, it can fit underneath it. I don't know if I want it more forward or more backwards. Kind of looks like it's covering the front a little bit more than the back. Yeah, it looks like it's closer to this vent. Oh, we're building the head. Sits rather comfortably like that. Find it ironic. You got this thing that looks kind of intimidating, militaristic, gray, and everything. Bright, shiny colors on the inside to use as filler. Okay, so this is the cockpit area. I also wasn't aware that this guy was a general. Yeah, little diagram calls him General Veers. This is obviously right before the ship gets toppled over and then it blows up. The inside was probably filled with high explosives. Yeah, probably like that. There we go. Although, I don't really like their design. Another one that would probably work pretty well would be the newer version of the AT-AT. I'm struggling to think of its name. And my only describing factor I could think of to call it would be it kind of looks like a gorilla because it has bigger front arms than it does back arms. Might be an interesting set to build in this scale, I think. Oh, so these are turrets. Or I guess cannons would be another word for it. Yeah, you probably want it slightly facing down, I imagine. Slightly facing down, looking slightly intimidating. Oh, I need one of those. It looks like it has a big forehead. If I remember correctly, this one not only has the guns on the front, but it also has guns on the side, too. If you really want to make it an overpowered unit, you just put guns on the side all along here. You can broadside people. So, like, yes, I would like to defeat people in the nearby county as well. You know, I was interested about something, because a long time ago I was looking up battleships for random reasons. You know, wood-framed ships technically classified? Although way back when, I believe they used it to describe any ship that had more than 50 guns. And considering a lot of them had 50 guns on each side. Also, ironically, a lot of them were French. The more you know. Probably set it up to where bulk of them are facing some degree down. There we go. I'll position it to where it looks like they're aiming at the same thing. I think this part here is going to complete the main body, and then we'll move on to the legs. I don't have anything left in there. I can shove that back a little. Probably shove it back a lot, actually. Again, pointed some degree down. There we go. Although, ironically, it opens. Actually, this kind of looks like a ship of some kind, or like a drone. Yep, now can look that way. Can't really look that. Can't look as far as it did until you put this part in, but. Nope. No, sir. Make sure you get everything. Oh. I was all like, well, they have 3 legs. Why don't they have 4? Oh. They don't have 3 because there ain't enough pieces. does mean we are going to have to build 3 parts instead of 1 at the same time. Not the biggest fan of when it does that, but I understand because it is repetitive motion. Okay. So I'm going to be working with a lot of very small pieces. I'm going to take out this ramekin and just put them in there. And take them out as I need them. Perfect. I don't know why I was doing it that way, but it kind of works. Although this does make me think of that something. So let's say one of these walkers is a walking, stomping its way towards an enemy encampment. Is it able to detect a ice crevasse? Because it does say that it has terrain features. Like avoidance features, I guess. I wonder if it could avoid that. Although it does make for difficulty getting around when you have to go around the whole thing. Or just walks over it. Although I wonder if it's able to catch itself, perhaps. If it does fall in one. And we got feet. In case you want to get stompy. Well, I guess it would have been kind of difficult. I would have liked it if it went all the way, like, flush to the ground. As you can see. Doesn't quite do that, but it's fine. The set wasn't all that much, relatively speaking, and I figure for that level of detail, it'd probably be more expensive. We do have one more of these spaceships that I haven't gotten yet. Because I don't know if they're going to come out with more anytime soon or not. I haven't heard anything. I'm actually surprised I haven't gotten it yet. I just been deciding to get other things first. Because the last one is a Republic ship. Now, considering I'm not exactly using it. Oh, there for now. This would be all the hydraulics and pistons and things towards the bottom of its legs. Don't know why, but it looks like something an anchor would be attached to. I don't know why, but my little reactive image keeps bouncing up and down. Peculiar. I always see the red little light saying that I'm live, and I'm always worried that it's like, oh, is it? Is the stream broken? Don't know why. I just associate red with bad. At least when it comes to electronics. I'm assuming what's going to happen is it's going to get to a certain point and then it's going to split them off into its own. Because, like, the feet are all the same, but the legs are going to be different. It now looks like a robot. A robot with a big nose. Kind of looks like he's screaming. And now we got 3 of them. Okay, the way that I figure this is gonna go, or maybe there'll be different design for each of them. But I figure the one side can have the same. And it's only asking me to build one, so. Never mind. Boy, howdy, was that wrong. Oh, wait, I already built one. Should be. Oh, I was not expecting it to roll. Yeah, want them slightly angled. Look like it has tension on it. These things probably do weigh several tons. Actually, you know what? I'd be willing to bet these probably weigh as much as a destroyer or a battleship. At least that would be my guess. My music got mysteriously quiet. Yeah, I didn't think about it. And it's been a while since I've seen I can't remember which one it was. Star Wars 6. One where they're on Andor. Wonder what happened to that AT-AT that was there. I don't quite remember. Been a very long time since I've seen that movie. I'm gonna lock the legs in. Okay, so this one does not have an ability to move its legs. Because I think if I remember correctly in the movie, this part bent right here. This one just bends here and here. I'm gonna look online and see if somebody has posted a make it yourself that allows that movement. When I find it, I'll get back to you guys. unforeseen circumstance of them doing it that way. It doesn't do it on that one. Trying to figure out why it does it on this one. See, this thing stays still. Anyways. And they all stick out about this. Huh? Anyways. This is the small one. The starships one. I put on the wrong leg. So they came out with one in the starships line. Which is interesting, because this is clearly not a starship. But there's the box. It's just a little guy. But I really like this line, so I've been collecting all of them when they come out. Still haven't gotten the Republic ship yet. Yep. He missing a leg, though. I like this part, though. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. It's also very difficult, and I don't know if I can actually take any parts off to show it. These are pad pressed, I believe. Which I'm actually surprised about. I even brought my tweezers over just in case. But nope. They surprised me. Okay, I can't open it up. One of my favorite little things about this, and I don't know why, but this is the representation, these two little things here, of the captain and co-captain of this particular vehicle. And go back. These are the representation of the snow troopers. Yeah, all of them have a little tiny representation of all of the characters that were on board the ship. The only one that does not is my example for today. Death Star Mach 2. For the 40th anniversary. I believe this is a gift set, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, pretty cool though. I'm hoping they come out with another gift set, but this complete, not just half. Yeah, so for these ones, they've been doing stickers ever since the line came out, which this was the first one. So this is a sticker. I mean, this isn't a sticker. This is a pad pressed. Yeah. Quick, blow that guy up. And then, for when we're done, not related to Star Wars at all, we have a Challenger. Hellcat version. This one definitely uses stickers, though. I think. Yeah. Because it's not only tiny, but it's based on something that's very large. This is the biggest one they have. Well, this is the biggest ship they've made so far. In small form, so it's all like makes no sense. But yeah, I'm hoping for a full one at some point. I don't think they're going to, just because it's basically the same thing, just this isn't here. They could use it as an excuse to have a different design, but pretty cool nonetheless. Now, before I get started on the next spot, I do need to go do something right quick. I shall return, and we will get right back to it. Don't go nowhere, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. I'm not sure. Not sure what you mean. Not exactly a fan of how much that's bending, but okay. Set him over there for right now. So I don't know if you heard the interesting news, but Lego teased a rather large set that I'm not that large, but a set I am very much interested in. They're coming out with an Icon's version of the Jeep from Jurassic Park. To say I am excited is an understatement. I am ecstatic. Even though I have a flat head. I am not ecstatic for the $199 price tag, but I guess Lego's got to make money somehow because it is using the licensing fees of 2 IPs, not 1. As it has the licensing fees for not only Jurassic, but it also has the licensing fee for Jeep as well. We're gonna come back to that part. The reason we're gonna come back to it is I don't want to have this thing so uneven that it just falls over. It's standing pretty well right now. We'll see how long it stays standing that way, but I'm going to put it over here so it doesn't fall over. Or if it does fall over, at least it doesn't fall on the floor. And I have a very annoying form of 102 pickup. I'm just gonna guess and say this. So this is going to be the stand. This is one of the few times that you actually have to build the stand before you finish it. Interesting how that was not the piece I picked up. I put the piece in the wrong spot. It's not surprising for me. you want it that way. Okay, so I'm actually somewhat interested about this one. I know that all of these sets have a black plate for the bottom. This one's a bad example because that is not a plate, because this technically existed before this line existed. But all of the other ones have a black plate on the bottom. I kind of feel like this one should have had a white, because this one is from the snow. And I feel like it would have made more sense. Might be just me. Would make it look like it's stomping around in the snow a little bit. Oops. There we go. Yeah, so let's, oop. Like the next part's gonna be the legs. Okay, so thinking of that Jurassic set, this has me with the slightest glimmer of hope for something. I don't think it's gonna happen just because the Jeep is more iconic. But I'm hoping for an icon size set of either the trailers or the truck. I mean the Mercedes. My only reason for thinking that it probably wouldn't be the Mercedes is because there are two different versions of them. There's one that doesn't have the full back on it, which the T-Rexes proceeded to throw over the cliff. And then there's the one that I'm trying to remember his name at the moment. My apologies. Dang, I really can't remember his name at the moment. Well, the guy from the second movie that I can't remember the name of that got eaten by the T-Rexes, there's his version, but if I remember correctly, his has a glass on the top. think I remember hearing somewhere they call it like an observation dome or something like that. Okay, that was right. I was like, huh, something. Yep. So I think that looks right. Yeah, so the legs are locked there. And I can put it over there now because it's more stable. But like I said, I am going to look into maybe finding an alternate build that actually has the legs that move. Because this one only has one. Oh, if I really wanted to, I could probably just look at the design for this leg and modify the other ones. I mean, all the other aspects of it are the same. Maybe they just did it this way so it wouldn't fall over as easy. Or it's that. So this one's leg doesn't move easy either. Like I said, I'll look into it and let you know what I find. We finish this page, and then I'm going to do something quick. I conveniently forgot that I have access to a computer as I speak. I'm obviously not going to look into it that deeply. I'm just curious to see if there are any alternate builds for this. Because I'm sure there are others like me that think of the same thing. That's it. Star Wars. I think this is in alphabetical order. Okay, so no, nobody has made an alternate build for that. I was just curious. They do have alternate builds. If I wanted to turn this into an F-35, they had that. I'm sure I could put my ingenuity on the maps and figure it out, but... Because when we go to build it, we're going to be spinning it this way, I think. They have us building at the bottom this time. This one is actually 2 vehicles for the price of 1, because you're not only building this, but you're also building the Snow Speeder. A Ultimate Collector series that I hope they bring back sometime, considering they recently did the AT-AT. I can hope. I gotta think about that one, because it is moving. Oh, and then that thing there is a bit more stability. The heck? Its entire edge let go. Not entirely sure how that happened. Let me try and fix this. Primarily, you just need to know how far down it is. There. Again, have no idea how that happened. There. And that's what it looks like. Probably looking more with its head going that way, I imagine. There we go. And if that's all you wanted to build, you could just stop right there. But we're not going to. This one comes with a little tiny snow speeder. Okay, that's it there. I don't know why that made sense in my head, put it that way, but that clearly was not the way it was supposed to go. That way it has a slight little bend. So I think that's the direction they're going with this. We need a grate. There it is. That way we got a little bit of a dip in it because these wings slant down in real life. Little something like that. Give a nice little curve to it. That's quite a heavy position, actually. Okay, so it's swooping, going that way. Although something you had mentioned earlier about them going, I mean, whether it was pad pressed or not, seems like they've been going away from stickers as of late. I do have another Jurassic set, and I know that they tend to favor stickers, but we're gonna have to see. Okay, that effect looks cool. All right. I think that's it. Let me go ahead and clean up a little. Yeah, make notes. Okay. Toss this ever so gently over here. Oh, there's an extra. Yeah, it'd be easier just to pick up. So there we go. So you can see the lines attached right here. It goes all the way around. I'm actually going to ruin the illusion, but it does look very cool. It's attached right there, so it gives it the illusion that it's wrapping around. It's such a cool design. I love that. That's awesome. Top-down view, kind of hard to see though. But yeah, unlike a lot of the other ones, this one's kind of hard to show off the side view because the line and stuff is black. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. Yeah, a little bit better. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Set it ever so gently over there. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The reason you can tell that our Death Star over here is not part of this line, but it had they used it as inspiration. This one, as I proceed to take a piece of it. Second. This one, it has this sign, but it doesn't have its identification that it is the Death Star. This one, on the other hand, and all of the other ones have a nameplate. Yeah, so that's how you can tell the difference, other than different base plate and everything. Which, like I said, if they ever want to make the full one of this, that wouldn't be very hard of a change, and they could make buku amounts of money. Even though I own this one, I'd probably buy it. Because that one was free. This one over here, gift with purchase. Now, onto something a little closer to home. Challenger. And all of it's kind of like looking bug flatty glory. So they've been coming out with fictional characters here recently. So, well, fictional cars here recently. They came out with the Back to the Future DeLorean and the Lightning McQueen from Cars. I'm going to make a bet. They also have a bunch of the cars from Fast and the Furious, but that's relevant to this particular story. I'm willing to bet it is only going to be a matter of time until they have Bumblebee from either as a VW Beetle or as the Charger that he was in the movies. I think it's only a matter of time. The only thing is people will probably complain that he doesn't transform. That's something else I didn't think about until just now. So, Lego has a pretty strict policy against military sets. A lot of the Decepticons take on the form of military vehicles. I mean, Starscream is a either an F-18 or a F-22, depending on time period. Three, 5, 2, 1, 4. This one has a combination of paper and plastic. Random factoid. I believe Lego is the largest consumer and distributor of wheels / tires in the world. I think they have their own rubber plant for the wheels. That's how many they make. And looks like I only need one. I don't see any stickers, so I think this one might be pad pressed. Like I said, here recently it seems like they've been shying away from using stickers, except in very specific sets. Might have been taking the lead from some other companies that have been getting away from them as well. And I have a nice box I can put all of the wrappers in. Got a wrench. I need to look at all of them because at least 2 of them, the minifigures have a wrench for some reason. I guess they expect all car people to be grease monkeys. I remember that's the phrase that they'd use. The wheels probably aren't going to be independently steerable. Kind of a shame, but what you pay for. This one wasn't that expensive of a set, relatively speaking. By the way, not gonna give away too much, but obviously next week ain't gonna be it because stream's gonna be a short one on next Friday for reasons that I will explain the following week. But I'm going to be I'm gonna start building some things that are quite large. I'm not gonna give it away what it is yet. Just know I am really excited. Not necessarily it, them. So keep an eye out for that. A very tiny Starbucks cup. Come on, camera. But yeah, very tiny Starbucks cup. And focusing a little bit better. Let me see where we're at with music. You know, I might have timed this one perfectly. Perfect. But yeah, as far as I can tell, this one doesn't have any stickers. Surprising. I wonder if this one has a hood that opens. I don't remember if the last one did or not. Well, in hindsight, I probably should have brought that one down as an example as well. Hindsight's 2020. To me, it kind of looks like it's going to be an engine compartment, but I could be wrong. I imagine this one's not going to be as intricate as the last one. It does kind of have a simpler, more simple design, not as many angles. Okay, so that's going to be used for some interesting stuff. We now build the aft end. Probably has a different name, but that's not what we'll call it. Nice and set. Some pieces to make sure it don't fall apart. We live to see it. I'm glad that they kind of choose a little bit of an awkward color because, like, I imagine that car colors would get kind of boring after a while. I think the most sold ones tend to be white, black, or silver. I think. Don't quote me. nice. At the moment, it looks like a giant hodgepodge of random colors. A birthday cake exploded into something in the vaguely shape of a car. Something else I'm interested in is a lot more modern cars don't have large antennas. So I wonder if this one's going to have a big or a small. Okay, so I just saw something. Of all of the weirdest colors and weirdest shapes I've ever seen, what is that? What are those? It looks like a very tiny circus tent. Can't really explain it any other way because... Come on. Okay. But yeah, like I said, very tiny circus tent. I wonder if we're going to be able to see this from outside the vehicle. Oh, we're on the wheel well. Perfect. Oh, I wonder if that's supposed to be a light. Oh, there's clear red over there, so... I'm gonna guess probably not. Although it could be a base color. Upper, maybe? Oh, we need 2 of those. To be honest with you, I wasn't sure that there was 2 in there. If I remember correctly, this isn't one of those ones that has the engine in the back. I think. It's an American car, so I wouldn't think so. Interesting. Oh. Okay, so I know the camera is not going to focus on this. Come on, I know you want to. Well, you can't see it, but it says dodge. Oh, yep, there it is. Oh, come on. Come on. I know you wanna. Yeah, it's right there. Dodge. Gotta bring the focus of the camera down. The lights are fancy, I'll say that much. For whatever reason, I spaced on how to put that in. Got it under control. Yeah, not 100% sure what the skis were for, but seems maybe just so it lines up a little bit better. Hard to see. This is such a finite detail. Oh, we got another emblem. I guess this would be the spoiler or wind diffuser, maybe? Come on, focus. I know you want to. Very hard to see, but it says SRT. I tried my best. Try and get that to line up a little bit better. Yeah, because that's the interesting thing about this particular set is it's very rounded. Not very many sharp edges to this particular car. like I said, very rounded. These sets have a lot of extra pieces in them, I realize. And what equates to a bumper, I guess. Oh yeah, that's what I forgot. Yeah. Yep. Still don't know why the piece is there. The one that looked like a circus pin. Can't see it, so. I think we have 5 bags. Maybe I can put on one of those really short video music ones. Okay, we're gonna look for something else since we're kind of at a natural stopping point for that. Let me find another bit of music to listen to. I tend to like the spooky music she puts on, so Halloween it is. Make sure that's off. All right. Spooky music. Even though it's not spooky time. I think that's how it goes. Looks about right. Hey Rasmu, how are you today? I hope I said that correctly. I hope you are having a great afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I do not know why I've decided to listen to spooky music while building this particular vehicle, but here we are. Let me finish this spot here. And I'll show you what we've completed so far. Oh, damn. I hope it passes quickly. Those are my least favorite kinds of illnesses. So yeah, I hope you recover right as rain and are back to whatever you like to do tomorrow. Alright, so this is what we built so far for this particular one. It is a Dodge Challenger SRT. This bad boy right here. But also, this is not the only thing we built today. As we built an AT-AT earlier today. Comes with his own snow speeder. As you can see, it's wrapping around like it would in the movie. And then we have my example, the Death Star V2. The one from the 6th movie. Busted on one side. But yeah, I always have an example for my builds. Alright, let's see. Oh, I guess I need 2 of those. Yeah, and I think most of these car ones don't have doors typically. At least I don't think. I don't think I've ever seen a clear gray piece. Huh. At least not one like that. An experience for all parties. Definitely an interesting construction. Being held up by pegs. Okay, so I think I'm going to be building the back window first. Still got 2 more bags left, I think. Don't know how big they are in relation. Using our big fancy new gray earpieces. Oh, oops, I need 3 of those. And that way it sort of locks them in place, I suppose. Yep, is back window. Ah. Back window. Almost put that in the wrong spot. Oh. Oh, these are like headrests. By the way, I want to point something out right quick when I'm done with this section. I like it's all like, put one on. Put all of them on. There's no room to lean that back. Vehicle doesn't look like it shows the front headlights very much, so I'm wondering if it doesn't have them. Or rather, won't have them. Can't really see through it, but okay, now we're building the front. Or at least the mid. Side of me putting away a bunch of junk. Yep, we're building the front. Hmm. I guess I'm gonna need 2 of those. Sometimes trying to line these up is not easy. That is a weird connection. Sure, it'll be fine. There. I don't think this is a hood, but who knows? Like I said, I don't quite remember if the other set had a hood or not. Probably should have brought it down, but I didn't. Building lots of intricate designs. Don't know how I picked that up. Yeah, sometimes your fingers start hurting from dealing with a bunch of small pieces. Oh, it's a door. Okay. That is a bizarre attachment point. See this little spot right here? That's where it attached on that side. Yeah, make sure we don't lose that. Come on. Well, I mean, if you guys could see, it is the logo. You can zoom in on this one. There you go. You can kind of see it. There it is. Yeah, so it's the Hellcat logo. As it was explained to me, a Hellcat is a performance package. So you just put it on a vehicle that you want it to have on it. I am not sure. I am not a car. Two side ones and then one with our decoration on. Looking pretty good. Got our two front wheel wells. use our multi-tool to push down because this is kind of a tight area to get your hand into. I didn't think about it. It's like half a year until Halloween almost, so I guess this kind of fits. That a kind of sword angle? I'm gonna guess it's supposed to be a light of some kind. I don't know if this has the flip-up lights. I know they wouldn't convey it in the set because the last one we built, I believe, was like that. Yeah, 1 second. Don't try and sell shit in my chat. Be gone with you. Anyways. I do not take handkerchiefs. The only one that can sell shit in my chat is me, and I don't do that. At least not yet. I will let you guys know when I do start doing that. I'll have a disclaimer as I'll like, only buy if you actually want to. Don't do it if you do not want to. Obvious is obvious. Interesting, because I don't remember. I think the other one we kind of like did some parts and then some parts. This one completely finished. The back haven't finished. Got some rounded spots to front. Here we go. Final bag. Huh. They already have the wheels assembled. You had to build them last. And onwards we go. I knew it was in there somewhere. Build this twice. Oh, we need 2 of those. At least that one was easier to find. I think I got just those. Oh, we're getting to some funky designs. It's kind of hard to see with all these things in here, so let me just fix that real quick. There, and I got that over there, and now it's on the way. Surprised that wasn't in there. So that gives it a bit of a slant. Let's see. I getcha. That is pretty clever how they got that effect. Lego never ceases to impress. Pretty cool design. It is a good way to give that little slight bump that it has. Don't think we have any more pad press ones though. Oh, that's... I don't know if we can see the reflection or not. It gives it the illusion that it has actual lights inside, because these ones are LEDs, so the lights are the circle shapes. That is pretty cool. I also didn't put that on, right? There. And now we build in the dash. That's a pretty bright cut point where they cut it out of the mold. Something not shared by some of the other ones. Kind of like it's supposed to be part of an ice cream cone. Probably something more akin to a stick shift. So it has no stickers. It does have a very fancy control panel. I like the constantly evolving design for the wheel. I think I have done a pretty major goop, actually. In fact, I think it just found the problem. Okay, that particular song did not last as long as I thought it was going to. More spooky music. Don't know why I'm feeling spooky music. Maybe because this thing kind of has a bug smash color to it. Okay, that looks right. There. You are very enclosed in this particular vehicle. Okay, so these are mufflers. Or exhaust. They got little teeth in here, though, so I don't know what that's for. Oh, these are usually used for teeth. Thus proving that if I wait just a little bit longer, I will find out the answers that I seek. Probably such a small detail, you guys probably can't see. Because this piece is kind of rubbery instead of plasticky, it doesn't want to stick. Well, again, such a small detail, probably not even noticeable. Right there. Okay. And now we got the wheels. Never seen the wheels with this design before, though. It does kind of feel like if I push on it too hard, the wheel will pop off. That wouldn't be good. Because I get the feeling that these wheels are a little bit further back on. Voila! This is our new Dodge. Some spots are more rounded than the others, but our guy, oh, he's over there. Our guy's right here. I'll do something about him later. He's sitting on the car. Almost missed a piece. Stuff away. There. That's out of the way. We have the Challenger. Pretty cool. Our little guy. It's over there. And the AT-AT. Probably stands for something, but I don't know what it is. But anyways, pretty awesome. And that's what we built today. Now I'm going to find someone to raid right quick. Let me just see who's on right quick. Kind of wish there were some more people playing, building Legos, but I don't see them. Oh, she just got on. Okay, I think I know who we're gonna raid. Where'd the mouse go? There it is. Okay, cannot raid. We keep looking. Yeah, let's try this person instead. Okay, we are going to be raiding out into Radical Mari. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. I will catch you guys Monday. Take care. Have a good one. And I will see you all later. Bye-bye.